What are your expectations from today's conference with the IAF representatives? Will we achieve a better education system for the country?
This conference is very important to us. The IAF representative is bringing fresh ideas and support. So it is important for me to sit down and listen and for them to hear our needs of funding for education.
Mr. Minister, are you going to make education a priority for this government? If so, how do you hope to improve the quality and access to education for the youth of Nigeria?
Education in this...
We, the youth of this country, have come together again and will contest outside this conference.
White Sodium exit.
We still have some questions for you.
What's up next, sir?
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We have a bit of an issue outside. Mr. Jalajiko seems to have seen fit to show up to our conference, and he has some friends with him. So please be patient and work out the details.
Mr. Jalajiko's student union leader and activist. Man, this should prove to be an exciting conference after all.
Zuka, we have to cover this, and I need to call the station to send in the team. Come on.
The station brought to you by Nescafe.
Legend tells us that long, long ago in Africa, a young goat herd was spending his day with his goats. The sun was so hot that he dozed off. Suddenly, he saw his goats behaving in a way he'd never seen before. He went to a bush and picked one of the mysterious fruits. He rushed to tell everyone about his wonderful find. He had just discovered coffee. The secret was handed on from village to village, and that was how coffee cultivation started. Coffee quickly became a popular beverage to be shared. Today, Nescafe perpetuates this ancestral discovery and pays tribute to this precious heritage. Nescafe. Taste the coffee side of life.
I make a need to stay on to this afternoon for the Governor's Forum discussion of the National Dialogue. And please, that report shall be detailed as you can.
But you know, Mr. Details on my
Yes, Mr. Detailed. Just in case, please run it by Mr. Really Detailed, Mustafa, for the background check. I want you to dig real deep on this one. Let's make it a solid, a rock-solid story. Sorry, what rock-solid idea do you have for us today?
I'm bringing in the professor guest to conclude the production point counterpoint. We need it just for 20 minutes and then just a little bit and I'm done.
Good. Make sure production knows when. And then please don't run over time like last time, huh? And don't forget you're producing the 6 p.m. news. Good. Where is Wonder Boy? He really doesn't get the concept of showing up on time, does he?
Plus, you know John is superhero. Probably someone tried to hide the next explosive report that will change life.
He doesn't hatch new stories. He tells them.
He runs on journey time, not real time.
Someone help Wonder Boy learn to read a book. Did he buy a watch yet? Oh, that he should arrive on time to cover the police reform debate. With his luck, he will get arrested for showing up.
What about Yinka? She's late?
No, she's not. Yinka is at the campus to cover the IEF conference.
Lucky Yinka, sipping tea and crunching biscuits with foreigners.
No.
Okay, that's it. Let's get it first and deliver it fast. It's our job. And remember, it's 24 hours news. But let's make sure we get the whole story and get the facts. Now, go get me the big one.
But I'm a reporter for Action News.
Madam, nobody leaves this building until our friends leave outside. It is not safe.
I have to cover what's happening outside. That is my job.
And it is my job to make sure you and everyone stay safe doing their job. It's also for your own security.
Yinka, you know there'll be trouble outside.
Yes. And that is where the story is, and we need to be there.
We demand no. We appeal to the Minister of Education and our government to hear our voices.
What can you see?
Everything looks calm for now.
Sir, coming out here is safe. And we know what happened the last time they protested.
I need to see with my own eyes. We can't let this get out of hand again.
And we can't let you get hurt.
Sir, got news coming in from the campus gate. Most students are coming in and are preventing the IEF officials from coming into the compound. I think we need to stay off the windows.
Sir, it's the largest crowd is ever organized. Things could get nasty.
Okay, call the campus security and the police.
No education! No education!
Hello? What is it about? Wait a minute, everyone. We've got a story. So if you are stuck in there, how do we get the story outside? Effie, Angela Jacobs is leading a student protest at an education conference and he has about 1,000 kids with him. We need you ready and on the desk. Yinka, stay put. I'm sending some backup right now. Just hold on. I want someone out there immediately. Emeka, where's Wonderboy?
He's not here. I mean, I'll go with Daniel.
Good.
Johnny's here.
Johnny, you really need to get here on time. Everyone else does. And next time you're going to miss the story of your career. Now, Angela Jacobs is leading a student protest at the education conference venue. We need you out there, ASAP.
Boss, I'm already on it.
You stick with the initial assignment. Mustafa, I want you to dig up background info on Angela Jacobs, footage and headlines for one screen. I also want to keep Yinka's photo for a calling.
I'm in the middle of a special feature and my guests are in the car. I need to finish.
Go, go, go! You missed the whole thing.
Tari, I need your help. My guests are on their way in the front of an interview with me.
It can wait.
Osaro's got me on this Jacob story and I've been posting these guys for weeks.
You know, Johnny, this is what you did the last time and before then. Where are your papers?
On my computer. Thanks, Sari. You're my favorite producer.
Osaro, I know you are busy, but can we talk in my office? 5 minutes.
I'll be there. Ask Obi to round off for breaking news.
5 degrees, hot and wicked. I hope we don't get mango madness today. Okay, we go back to Essay in the studio with a late breaking story. Essay.
Thank you, Obi. This just came in from the campus. Student Union leader Mr. Ajala Jacobs is leading a large group of students who are protesting on campus where the International Education Fund Conference is being held, and the education ministers and several other Nigerian government leaders are in attendance. The Minister of Education is scheduled to meet with the IEF representative today to discuss issues concerning national budgetary allocations for education. However, Students Union leader Mr. Ajala Jacobs and the nearly 1,000 students have prevented the conference from commencing without incident. The presence of Ajala Jacobs is causing alarm, given his reputation for violent confrontations.
Yinka, you okay? What's happening now?
It's getting tense.
What does Ajala want?
It's not clear yet. I still can't get out there. But in here at the moment, the minister is putting a call through to the IEF representative.
Yinka, Johnny and Daniel are on their way.
They need to get here quick. The minister appears to be losing patience as we hear that the IEF envoy is anxious and wants to turn about at the gate.
Control room.
The police have been called.
I'll tell him.
Yinka, just hold on. I'll call you back in a few minutes.
I can't believe it's this bad.
It is. And to give Mr. Atada a cardiac arrest when he sees it.
Cecilia's financial report is screaming
Oh,
red.
sure enough.
But she has some suggestions.
Don't tell me, let me guess. Cut news crew and expenses, fire a couple of reporters, and everything will be fine.
Osaro, I recognize it is not part of my duties to provide financial solutions. But if the station goes bankrupt, I lose my job. We all do. So forgive me if I'm concerned enough to give a few suggestions to my boss.
Okay, we're in this together. What can we do to solve the problem?
Cut outside broadcast unit.
I knew the word cut would find its way into it. So now we've been telling the public we'll go where the news is. When we cut out the broadcast, what do we tell them? The track is paid for, and it won't cost that much to keep it. What else?
We simply have to make more money. But the only option seems to be to settle for doing business with investors who do not share our principles. And that is absolutely not going to happen. It will never get so bad that we have to take money from those sorts.
We've got to maintain our ethics and standards. Otherwise, we won't do all the good work we started.
Aisha, 1 more month of this course, and we will have to close down.
Cecilia, we started this station with a mandate to stand for impartiality and integrity in news reporting. If we take money from people who would want to influence news content, we may be forced to compromise our standards.
Still, this is a business. We need to make money. We are not. I'm not saying throw away your principles. I'm saying find the balance. I'll keep looking in other areas.
Good thinking there.
But all we are doing is postponing the inevitable.
Okay, let's keep looking for solutions in all our areas. But we're a news station, and let's not forget that. And we're still trying to build an audience. It takes time to build trust with the viewers. We're public trust. And we must not forget that when we cut cash to save money, okay?
I have never imagined I will be spending all my time looking for clean funds to keep the station going. But I'm determined to keep it afloat. Go on. Asaro, you have a story to cover.
Yeah.
I understand that the minister doesn't want to go out to speak with the students, but I am a reporter and I want to go out there and talk to them.
We won't open this door.
Just let me out and then you can lock the door.
That's true. We need to be out there reporting.
Let us out.
Those students are going to start a riot and you know it. Why would you want to be out there?
Because it's what I do. We report on news and this is news. And how do you know they want to start a riot? Even if they do, it's my job to report it. I want to hear what they have to say.
I'm not being locked up in this place.
Hey, Mrs.
Yinka Adamu from Action News.
Okay, Yinka, what's the problem? Why are you being so forceful? He's only doing his job.
Johnny, we're supposed to be on air by now. Where are you? What's going on? The police have stopped Johnny and Daniel from entering into the compound. They can't get to where the crowd is.
New information, the police have arrived at the venue. Mustafa, do you have the background ready yet? Let's get a still shot on screen for update. Use the one from the last student protest.
Ajala Jacobs is known to have a very, very short fuse. Over the years, he has been involved in a number of protests, and his campaigns have always turned violent in the end. Although he says that's often the fault of the police. He has been to jail twice, served 2 sentences, one for 9 months for Afri, and the other for inciting a riot. He got 2 years. He's seriously involved in advocacy battles against government and school authorities. For that matter, any authority. This angry young man is a real firebrand.
Let's hope he doesn't ignite anything today. Eh? Get me a copy of that. I need that background highlight. Tare, I need an education specialist in the studio with essay, one with a professional view on this issue. Who can you get me?
There is Mrs. Owo, sociologist from the University of Ibadan. She's in town.
I know she's around, but can she speak intelligently on this subject?
Yes, sir.
Get her in.
You're the minister. It's you they want to speak with. Why such a fuss about all this? Just go out there and speak with them. They're future voters, right?
Yinka, you know as well as I do that every time these kids are together with Jacobs, there's violence. And you also know that I'm a public servant, so the public will not allow me to be put in harm's way. So what am I to do? If they persist to cause problem, then there will never be a dialogue. They are here to make trouble.
I just heard them announce that they are here on a peaceful protest. They only want you to listen to them. That's all they seem to be asking.
I can hear them from here. Can't you hear them chanting protest songs? That is how they start. Before you know it, it has turned to a war. It happens every time. You think they will have learned by now?
That's because the police are beginning to threaten them and they come with guns. You know, every Nigerian is afraid of the police. You think they would have learned by now too.
Those students are here to hold me hostage. It is wrong. This is blackmail. I need to take some measures to protect myself. I mean, all of us.
I agree, but you can help them understand these issues. And is it wrong for them to want to speak with you? To want you to listen?
Okay, Yinka, that's enough. You cannot jeopardize the minister's safety.
Yinka, Jenny and Daniel are not able to report live. How far?
The students are complaining about the recent increase of school fees. I can't make out the details, but it's really a confusing situation.
Get her on live. Do a phone report. Do you have a photo and graphic ready?
Get a photo up. Ask Essay to toss to Yinka live from inside the campus. Yinka, stand by. We're putting you on air for a live phone-in report.
Students are upset about the falling standard of education in this country. They want the minister to reduce the university fees and make it accessible to all Nigerians. At this moment, the crowd is blocking the main entrance of the building, preventing the minister from leaving the building. The minister's security official will not let him out as it is a risky situation considering the last several student protests turned into riot and left several people hurt. Given Ajala's reputation, things are unusually peaceful but noisy. We also hear that the IEF official has not been able to get into the parking lot, so it looks like the meeting is not going to take place, which is not good for anyone, protesters or the government.
Yinka, are there any signs that this peaceful atmosphere may be disrupted, considering Mr. Jacobs' past protest and his reputation for violence?
I say, anything can happen and I'm not a fortune teller. In a situation where you have a group of people excited over anything, it's a mob attitude that could take control, and then you have violence. If you could see Ajala Jacobs himself today, you might be intrigued by the fact that he's dressed differently than in the past, which I think is a different approach. I think he's trying to send a message of peace. Another unusual thing about the protest is the fact that Ajala Jacobs himself is announcing over the megaphone that he has not come to make trouble and for the students to keep calm. But the police seem a bit too determined to disperse the students, and sometimes they get a bit too excited themselves. And you know, this could be like a match to dry wood.
For those viewers just joining us, we have been covering an event at the campus where students and the Students' Union leader, Mr. Ajala Jacobs, are protesting and preventing the Minister of Education and the IEF representative from meeting and discussing the future of the education system in Nigeria. Presently, more than 200 students are now blocking the entrance to the main building. In the studio with me now to shed some new light on this incident is Mrs. Owo. Today, we see Mr. Ajala Jacobs staging what seems to be a non-violent approach. Why do you think he has changed his tactics?
Well, I think he may have realized that violence does not produce the desired results. Ajala Jacobs has been trying for years to pressure the government to apply the IEF stipulation of 26% of national budget for education. And he has been largely unsuccessful, most likely because of his violent approach to getting attention. But that is not to say the young man does not have a point. For many years, good education has been beyond the reach of majority of Nigerians. This latest fee hike worsens the case. No one is paying attention to the students affected and the need for equal opportunity to education for all. So why do you think we send our kids to Ghana for school?
Interesting, isn't it? That Ajala chose this, the visit of the IEF official, to stage a protest.
Well, the IEF representative is here to discuss the Nigerian budgetary allocation to education. The same issue Ajala has been raising dust about. So I suppose I see this as an opportunity for Ajala and the students to declare their stand once more on the issue. Besides, they will get immediate response. They know the government will want to save face before their international guests. The students will probably get a response. The question is, what kind of response?
Johnny, how did you do that?
Watch you, Daniel. Stand by.
Discover the quality drinking water. Nestle Pure Life. So pure. So safe. So refreshing. For purity, safety and health. Drink Nestle Pure Life. For pure refreshment and satisfaction. Nestle Pure Life. Quality water from Nestle.
The station brought to you by Nescafe.
Welcome back. We have with us Mrs. Owo from the Department of Sociology, University of Ibadan. Now we go live to the venue of Ajala Jacobs' protest. Action News correspondent John Alate brings the report.
I'm standing right outside the conference building on the campus. This is where the education conference was to have taken place, and as you have learned, the Minister for Education and some news reporters are being blocked inside. As you can see, a crowd of protesting students are gathered close to the entrance. You can hear the chanting getting louder. I'm moving closer to see if we can get an interview with one of the students or the leader.
Be careful, Batman. Don't overdo it.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
No way.
No.
No way. Excuse me. No way.
Excuse me.
Calm down. Calm down. Mr. Ajala Jacobs, John Alache, Action News. Can you tell us why you're protesting this meeting and what you hope to achieve?
Good of you to join us. We have been trying to get to the Education Authority to listen to us for a long time now.
Yes.
Using letters, phones, lobbying, and everything.
Yes.
But they have not responded. Our demands are simple. Our needs are great. One, our government must invest a greater percentage of the national budget in education.
Exactly. Yes.
Two, The rising cost of education must be slowed in order to allow families and the national economy to catch up.
Yes.
All we are saying that the education of the youth is this nation's hope for a better tomorrow.
Yes.
And it must be treated with all seriousness.
Yes. There is fear that you have come to start another riot.
We are not here for a riot, as you can witness for yourself. Today is our chance to meet with the minister, and we are asking him to come out and listen to us.
Yes.
That is all.
Come on.
Let him come out and for once,
Yes.
listen to what the youth have to say.
Yes. Yes.
No one is going to cause any harm to him or anyone.
Come. Yes, come.
Come down. No.
Paul, we lost signal from the master control.
We seem to be suffering from some transmission issues. We'll come back to Journey as soon as we have the signal back.
The mobiles are dead.
No. That is not what we will do.
But they started it first.
That is what they want. They want us to lose our cool. But no way. That's not why we are here. Aluta, continue. We will not allow them force us into violence.
Yes.
Never forget that. Never forget.
Yes.
We have a point to prove here today, and we will not prove it by fighting.
Yes.
Silence for now. Silence. We will not fight, but we are not going to leave this place.
Yes. Why are the police just staring at them? They should be dispatched immediately.
If they don't start the violence, we won't. This is a new approach. Maybe we can talk to them.
Officer, I need to call my boss right now and explain to him why I'm not reporting.
Young man, look here. Nothing to explain. And there's no reporting until all these troublemakers have been sent away. Others are orders.
Events here have taken a surprising turn. Ajala Jacobs and students here may have done what no other group of student protesters have done in the history of this country. They remain calm and peaceful in the face of a confrontation with the police. All the same, the mood is still tense, as the police are still intent on having the students leave the premises. There is calm, but it is very uneasy. At the moment, police have given the students an ultimatum of 10 minutes. It is unclear what will happen if the students refuse to budge. The police seem as surprised as we are.
This could be bad. We need to find out what is happening to Jenny and Daniel.
I've been trying their mobiles, but it's not ringing.
Wait a minute. We could invite Ajala and the minister to come on air and discuss the issue. Discuss their different perspectives on education. If they accept our offer, that will be a sure way to diffuse the present situation.
Will be a newsworthy event too. I like it. But we've lost contact with Jenny and Daniel. How do we communicate with the students now?
Shikenan, I should hit the place in like 30 minutes if I take Okada.
Good. When you get there, call me. As soon as you find them, get them to invite you from the debate.
So, Ajede Ahankali,
let's
open up phone line for the public to call in and express their views about this situation.
Sanu Mama.
Call Yunka, get her in to invite the minister. Sanu
Sanu Mama.
Sanu.
You told me that you will talk to me.
Yes, my dear. But not now and here. And why are you not in school?
Mama, I don't want to go to that school any longer. Mama, I want to change my school.
Hello?
Aisha, there's footage I need to look at.
I will be with you. The lady, I will meet you in my office in the next few minutes.
Okay, Mom.
Talk to me, my dear. What is this about changing schools?
My history teacher has been sacked.
Why?
He said the school is not paying well enough.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But I suppose they will soon hire a new one. And I hope you have a good sense of paying a better salary then.
Mom, it was sacked a month ago and I have to take this subject in my SSCE.
Well, we obviously have to look into what can be done about that. But tell me, Aladi, is running away a solution to your problem?
I think all this protest is useless. If education is too expensive for you, leave it. Everyone in society can't afford everything. Let these youth look for something concrete and useful to do, rather than disturbing the peace.
You may say that education is expensive, but ignoring the fact that a growing number of Nigerians cannot afford education will be detrimental to us in the long run. Education should be the most precious investment in a country like ours. It is because we don't have respect for education that we are stagnant. No respect. That is why we give a paltry 6% of our national budget to education, while some African countries give as much as 22%.
Our next caller is Moni from Agege.
The people whose responsibility it is to listen should listen. In response to the earlier caller's words, how can these youths do anything concrete if no one is going to listen to them?
I think we have to look at 2 points here. One, we need to understand what these young ones are trying to say about education, and they need to be clear. 2, we have to ask ourselves why it has become necessary for them to use this means to make a point. What have we missed? Have we left them no alternatives? What will my generation leave behind for them that is better than what we were left?
Aisha wants us to invite the minister to weigh in for face-to-face discussion with Jacobs.
How is your suggestion going to help this situation?
What the students seem to want is just to speak with you, and I suppose that is what you want too. But the conditions need to be right for all parties. Safe, yes?
Well, they are talking very eloquently right now. You and I are confined in this building, and out there, our lives could be in danger. I just don't trust the situation. Think about the past. Remember all the other times that this has happened?
Action News could provide a safer forum for dialogue. Don't you think if you and Jacobs announce that you'll have a discussion on air later today, that could diffuse the situation? Honorable Minister, I think that is the honorable path.
We only ask for the minister to come out, and all we have is the authorities attacking us. What else do you want us to do? We're not leaving this place.
Hi guys. Johnny, Mr. Osaro has sent me to have you invite Ajala to the studio later today for a live hosted discussion between the students and the minister. It's a safer way to solve the crisis that's about to happen.
I agree with you.
You know, you can save the situation.
How?
Call off this protest. Accept Ian's offer for a studio discussion.
All the students have resolved to remain here until the minister addresses us. And that is what we will do.
The countdown is almost up. Don't you think you should convince the students to leave? They will listen to you. Ajala Jacobs aren't...
Nothing quite like charm in the right situation. Thank you, Captain.
How did you manage that?
I just told them I wouldn't part with any money to get my camera back.
Osaro! Osaro! Still no word from Jenny.
Johnny has... Inka, yes?
The minister is ready to come for a studio discussion, but he seems to think that he can prevent the situation from escalating into immediate violence by going out to address the students right away. But his aides seem to be strongly advising him against this.
You report that on air immediately.
Tari, do you have me? This is John Alache for Action News, reporting live from the campus where the education conference was to have taken place.
Yeah.
But after the students began protesting a few hours ago, the police were called in and have given them an ultimatum to leave in 30 seconds or else. As the countdown continues, there's increasing agitation on both sides, and the police have not given a clear statement on the course of action they would take if the students refuse to leave after the ultimatum expires, but they appear to be ready for a conflict. Something has got to give soon, or we may be headed for another example of violence never stops anything. How do you feel about this decision?
The minister's decision shows that we can get whatever we want by peaceful, non-violent means. In the past, anger made us use violence to seek attention on these issues. We're still angry, but we realize that there is more chances to be heard with peaceful masses. Let me go and coordinate my fellow students.
This is definitely good news for the students who have protested peacefully outside the building. They seem to be getting what they want, and it looks like no one will get hurt today.
We won! Yeah! Come on. There he is. Calm down, fellow students. Let's be peaceful. Non-violent means is the only means to seek attention and have a better dialogue to sort issues.
Yes!
And we will stick to that. We will not let them force us into violence. Because we are peaceful citizens.
It looks like the students will finally have their chance to talk with the minister. He's making his way out the door, surrounded by security and his staff.
Put Yinka on. Essay, ask Yinka what the situation is inside where the minister is.
Let's cross live to inside the building. Yinka.
The minister is involved in a heated debate with one of his aides who seems to be strongly advising him against going out to speak with the students. He seems quite determined to address the students. He's going out now as I speak.
I understand why you are here. I too care passionately about education in this country. I have sons and daughters your age who face the same issues in life.
So stop increasing school fees. We can't afford it.
Yes! Please, let's not go down that road. I will listen to you. But you need to allow the conference to go on. We need to be discussing some of the issues you are raising today.
Why did it take you so long to come out? Why are you waiting for them to kill us first?
Our agenda is the same as your poster screen.
The minister has just been rushed back in. He looks quite shaken. It seems someone in the crowd threw water bags at the minister, but it didn't hit him.
Yinka, what is going on? Is the minister injured?
The security men have just brought him back in. It seems the students started throwing water bags at the minister. The students have gone quite wild. It seems Ajala Jacobs has lost control. They are pelting the police with anything they can lay their hands on.
They forced the minister back inside the building. It seems there's been a quarrel between some students and the police that has resulted in water throwing. Oh, they've lost control here, and it's not safe.
What a mess.
With Jenny and Daniel in the middle of it. What happened? Yinka, what is going on?
We lost contact with Johnny and Daniel. We can't see them through the smoke. The noise is getting louder. Everybody has gone crazy. The mob has taken over and we're running into safety.
Signals that reached us minutes ago indicate that the situation may have degenerated to a complete riot. Action News will continue to bring you live coverage as soon as we are able to re-establish contact.
Minister, what are your comments on the events of this morning? Some students have been hurt. Where do you lay the blame?
That's a quote for you. Violence breeds violence.
Sir, Mustafa just called. He can't find Johnny or Daniel.
There are unconfirmed reports that a number of students have been injured and that there may have been some fatalities. We cannot confirm the report at the moment. Action News is gathering information on this and will announce it as soon as it is verified. We also seem to have lost contact with two of our news staff, John Alache and Daniel Pam, whom we are reporting from the scene. We will update you as we learn anything new. We return you to regularly scheduled programming already in progress.
Maybe we should have just told Mr. Ajala that our chairs are resigning because of low pay. It would have helped us to talk to the minister about it. But if their wahala is causing all this fighting, we will have time to listen to us. We even worse off than the university students. We may never make it there.
Do you really have to wait for someone like Ajala to help you?
But what can we do? The school authority will never listen to a bunch of kids telling them to increase teachers' salary.
You can't prove what you haven't tried.
But how do we even try?
I thought you were a member of the press club.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Atanda is here.
Hello, my friends.
Mr. Atanda?
Mr. Obaseki, how's your ulcer?
Well, it won't kill me, but my wife might.
Johnny is back, live.
Johnny?
Also, I hope you guys have good news for me this time around. Mr. Obaseki.
Got to go. Sorry. The only news I have right now is the one I've got to attend to right now.
You didn't say you were coming today.
No, but I felt that by now you'd be ready to meet me.
We could not transmit because of the gas. Tear gas, sticks, stones, bottles were used by the students and the police this morning. Several protesters and the police have been wounded. Even more disturbing is the fact that Ajala Jacobs is rumored to have been killed. Despite the Minister of Education and Ajala Jacobs' attempts to keep things calm and start a dialogue, several students continue to express doubts about the minister's sincerity. A top aide to the minister insists that the students had only one intention: to cause violence. What is clear is that a deep feeling of distrust runs deep on both sides. It may not be surprising then that well-intentioned efforts on both sides at addressing this important issue can go wrong, even as they have today. From the scene of another failed attempt at a non-violent protest, this is John Olache reporting for Action News.
Yinka, any information on the rumored death of Ajala Jacobs? I want you to follow up that story.
Your brand of news isn't bringing us money.
And any other kind of news would be irresponsible.
And you would rather be irresponsible to your financiers?
No.
You know of other TV stations that do news?
ATV.
They make money. You don't.
We are struggling hard to sell news coverage that is neutral and has integrity. Don't forget, we have a vision for a better news service. Remember what we spoke of 2 years ago.
What happened to all the plans and suggestions we agreed you should implement?
Mr. Atanda, we did try to make collaboration deals with some of those people. But as usual, we found that the ones you recommended are backed by corrupt politicians. Action News cannot do business with people who will compromise the quality of our work. We are, like all news companies, a public trust. You need to remember that. So do our supporters.
Well, your so-called quality is compromising our investments here. That's what our supporters remember. The bottom line.
We are struggling hard at this. We have the people behind us. They see what we stand for, and they are learning to depend on us. Once the people with the money realize that, they will come to us on our terms. It takes time to remedy things. We cannot compromise our vision and goals for the sake of making money or increasing the circle of our friends. It's just plain wrong, and you know it. We need real and acceptable solutions, not arguments.
Well, I've got one for you.
Mr. Obaseke, shame you couldn't join us.
Just chilling with the riot at the campus, Mr. Tanda. Pity you didn't notice our news today.
No, I was too busy trying to find money to pay your salary so you can go on doing your job. Good day, sir.
He is really piling pressure on me. I didn't start this station just to provide corrupt fraudsters channel to sell their stories.
Options. Solutions.
No.
Aisha, even when we are so near bankruptcy,
Chief Bamidele Adiola,
he proposes that his telecom outfit sponsors one of our political discussion programs. Think how much money that will.
Alhaji Sadiq.
He wants his bank to buy all the ad slots in the 9 o'clock bulletin, an offer we just can't refuse.
Retired General Sankey.
The general is offering to invest in the station and...
At what price?
Price?
At what price are these knights in shining armor ready to save our souls?
You don't have to be sarcastic.
Okay, I'll be straight. At what price are these ex-corrupt politicians who have sucked this country dry in previous military administration and who are now warming up to return into politics in a democracy they fought so many years to squash? At what price are they ready to pump their ill-gotten wealth into our television station?
Aisha, we are not going to be doing business with Adiola or Sankey, only with the organizations. Organizations that require publicity. And this is our opportunity for financial freedom.
Like ATV?
Please don't start with that.
But they are an excellent model of financial freedom. Except that their financial freedom depends entirely on money from organizations owed by people of these feathers. So they do not dare broadcast materials that may offend their paymasters. Are they really free?
I just want us to survive.
And I just want us to remain independent. Find investors that won't compromise our integrity, then we'll talk.
I actually truly believed that today will be the day we'll finally get the government to listen to all the things we have been saying about education and maybe promise to do something.
So do you then consider your efforts today as unsuccessful?
the minister actually came out to address us. We almost succeeded in getting him to talk to us, but bottles flying in the air, stones and tear gas. And how can you talk when missiles are flying all over your heads? How can you start a dialogue with unwilling partners?
So you were blaming the students for the loss of opportunity for dialogue?
I know if we had been more patient, we could have had a better opportunity to present our case. I think the protesters responded on the belief that, as usual, these government people will push us away or at best ignore us. But then, Abba, how else do you expect them to think? They have been treated like this several times. How do you expect the student to believe that today will be different? We're surrounded by police, guns, shields, and they were pushing everyone into a panic mob state.
But government officials say they have to be cautious because of your reputation for violence.
They ignore us, we get violent. We get violent, they distrust us and ignore us more. And we get more and more violent, they distrust us more and ignore us more and more and even attack us. It is a vicious circle. And we tried doing something new today by being peaceful for a change. A spark of violence, that's all it took. A spark from all this distrust we have accumulated for each other. We all see the result today. We all lost the chance for real dialogue and moving forward. We only succeeded in reinforcing our circle of distrust.
So what, in your opinion, is the way forward?
The doctor says I can leave next tomorrow. And then, a luta continua. We'll continue to pursue our goals until they learn to listen to us and open the door. Because we are young doesn't mean that we should be disregarded. And we'll prove it to them by shunning violence and presenting our issues responsibly but firmly. And in the end, they must open a door. And they must learn to listen to us and listen to all we have to say. But we must give them a reason to trust us for this all to work.
The station brought to you by Nescafe.
With Maggie Cube, taste is everything. Maggie and me, the secret of goodness.
The station brought to you by Nescafe.
The Education Minister has not been available for comments on this matter. We would, however, update you when we get more facts on the situation. Another day or a new day. The question has still not been answered. This is Yinka Adamu for Action News.
Good job today, right? Are you okay?
I am, but Action News isn't.
Bad news from Atanda.
He gave us a solution to our financial situation when he says we must accept.
What was that?
Reduce expenses by cutting jobs. He says we must lay off 20% of the staff, or he recommends to the investors to pull out.